Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. Coming back at another video. Be my last mock draft of the season. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Click all notifications as we'll be covering the draft here Thursday. So we should have a lot of fun with that. But let's go over the first round of the first round of the draft. As this is going to be as is, no trades. Of course, there's going to be trade. There's going to be trades in the draft. There always is. But for this video, it's just going to be as is as they pick. As Cincinnati is on the clock at number 1, as I have them taking Joe Burrow, quarterback out of LSU. Joe Burrow had a great season last year for LSU, threw 60 touchdown passes, no, well over 5,000 yards, won the national championship, won the Heisman Trophy. As the Bengals probably looking to get their franchise quarterback, they're probably moving off Andy Dalton. Joe Burrow to the Bengals. Number 2 on the list is the Washington Redskins picking number 2 in the draft, as they went on and got Haskins last season. Remains to be seen how well he'll do in the NFL. I know a lot of talk, not a lot of talk, but some talk of them maybe taking Tua. I don't think they will. I think Chaisson is probably the best pick for the Redskins, and I have them taking Chaisson, number 2 edge rusher from Ohio State. Next on the list is the Detroit Lions picking number 3, as I have them taking Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback out of Ohio State. Another great talent for the Buckeyes, as they had an outstanding season last year. They made it to the playoffs, lost to Clemson, but a lot of talent on that Ohio State football team. As Jeffrey Okudah goes number 3 to the Detroit Lions. All right, next on the list is the New York Giants picking number 4. As there's been a lot of talk about what should they do. Should they pick Isaiah Simmons? Should they go offensive line? Should they trade back? A lot of talk about the Giants, what they're going to do. Like I said, but for this video, teams are picking as is. As I think the best pick for the Giants actually is taking offensive lineman, as Jedrick Wills, offensive tackle out of Alabama. I think protecting Daniel Jones is just very important for their future. If you can't protect him, then it's just what's the point? Because he's going to continue to get harassed and sacked. And so, good pick for the Giants, Jedrick Wills. Next on the list is the Miami Dolphins picking number 5, as I had them taking Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback out of Alabama. I know there's a lot of talk about Tua being, is he healthy? Can he stay healthy? You know, he's had a lot of injury issues at Alabama, but I think the talent is just too much to pass up for Miami. As remember they passed on Drew Brees. They passed on Drew Brees back in 2006, and it hasn't worked out well for the Dolphins. Worked out well for the Saints, but Tua Tagovailoa number 5 to the Miami Dolphins. All right, number 6 on the list is the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Chargers, they need to replace Philip Rivers, who moved on in the offseason, as Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon. That's why I have them selecting at number 6. I know there's a lot of talk. I know there's some talk about Herbert maybe not being as good as some people think he is, but I just think Herbert has a lot of talent, and he is the 3rd best quarterback in the draft. So Justin Herbert to the Chargers. Next on the list is the Carolina Panthers picking number 7, as the Panthers, they're changing their franchise up. They got a new head coach, new OC, new quarterback. Picking number 7, Isaiah Simmons. I think they lost Kuechly, so Luke Kuechly. So yeah, Panthers need to really address the defense. Isaiah Simmons probably the best linebacker in the draft. A lot of people's boards. Isaiah Simmons going number 7 to the Carolina Panthers. Right, next list is the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals picking number 8, as they made some moves in the offseason when they got DeAndre Hopkins. Got Kyler Murray last season in the draft. So who should they pick at number 8? I think they should pick Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle out of Iowa. This guy, another guy that's very talented, offensive lineman out of Iowa. As I think that's a good pick for the Cardinals. Don't you think? Protect your quarterback. Tristan Wirfs, get a good offensive tackle. All right, number 9 on the list is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, another team is in kind of a transition period. What do they want to do? They want to trade Fournette. They want to do this. They want to do that. But I do have them taking defense, as Derrick Brown, defensive lineman out of Auburn. Probably, I mean, probably the best defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman in the draft. Uh, this guy just a beast. Had a great games against LSU, had great games against Alabama, and among others. So good pick for the Jaguars. All right, number 10 on the list is the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. Now they were the sexy pick last season to go to the playoffs. Didn't work out for a variety of reasons, but I still think Cleveland has a lot of talent. It's just can they get all those egos to coexist? Can they get past of all the drama? I mean, will remain to be seen. But I do have them taking offensive tackle Andrew Thomas from Georgia. And this guy was a phenomenal talent. No sacks, no penalties last season. I think it was one of them. But great guy and great talent. All right, next list is the New York Jets. New York Jets, another team that needs a lot. There's some teams in the draft they just need a lot. Jets are one of them. Since this is an offensive league now, it's not. I mean, I know you need defense. You have to have defense, but I think the Jets need offense more than defense. As I had them taking receiver Jeudy from the University of Alabama, going number 11 to the New York Jets. Number 12 is the Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, the Raiders. It looks like they're moving on from Derek Carr. That's my phone beeped. But they moved on from Derek. Looks like they moved on from Derek Carr. They got Mariota in the offseason. So I have the Raiders taking CeeDee Lamb, receiver out of Oklahoma. Probably the best receiver in the NFL coming in the NFL draft this season is CeeDee Lamb. So I have them going number 12 to the Raiders. All right, next on the list is number 13, the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, Frisco made the Super Bowl last year, lost to the Chiefs. They had an outstanding season. They picked twice here in the first round. As with the first pick, I had them taking Henry Ruggs, receiver out of Alabama, another guy that's very, very talented. Him and Jeudy was a two-headed monster over there. So a good pick there for the Niners to replace Emmanuel Sanders. All right, number 14 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, the Buccaneers, they made a big splash. They went out and got Tom Brady. Tom Brady's probably only going to be there for 1-2 years tops, just like Drew Brees, 2 years tops. As I had them take, I know there's a lot of red flags in this guy, but Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville. I still think this guy is talented. Still think he has a talent to be in the NFL. Just will it all come together for him? But I have had the Buccaneers taking Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville. All right, next on the list is number 15. Is the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos. I had them selecting T. Higgins, receiver out of Clemson. This guy, another outstanding talent at the receiver position. Had a great year, had a great career at Clemson. He had a great quarterback throwing the football to him. So interesting to see if Denver, particularly Drew Lock, who their quarterback's going to be. But T. Higgins, good receiver, good talent. Had them going number 15 to the Denver Broncos. Number 16 is the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons on the list. Atlanta last 2 years, Atlanta's just been iffy. They have a lot of injury problems with their football teams. So that's one thing they need. Teams need to stay healthy. Some teams just can't stay healthy, and that hurts. But I do have them taking cornerback C.J. Henderson. I think this is a good pick for the Falcons. I think they need defensive help in the backfield. So C.J. Henderson, probably the second best cornerback in the draft behind Okudah for Ohio State. So C.J. Henderson, number 16 to the Atlanta Falcons. Number 17 on the list is the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys came in last season. They had a lot of hope that they were going to do well get to the playoffs and do well. They couldn't even get to the playoffs for a variety of reasons. They fired their coach, which probably is a smart decision, because Garrett wasn't going to take him anywhere. He was there for how long, and he couldn't do anything. So then they moved on to Mike McCarthy as their head coach. As I do have them taking defense as Chaisson, edge rusher out of LSU. I think the Cowboys should focus on defense. They lost some defensive players in the offseason. So Chaisson to the Cowboys. Number 18 on the list is the Dolphins. Dolphins picking second tier in the first round. And I had them taking Josh Jones, offensive tackle out of Houston, as they wouldn't got Tua with their first pick in the first round. As I had them taking offensive tackle Josh Jones. Got to protect your quarterback. It's important to protect your quarterback. Josh Jones, offensive tackle out of Houston. All right, next on the list is the Las Vegas Raiders. as the Las Vegas Raiders are going to pick number 19 in the draft. As I had the Raiders taking Kristian Fulton, cornerback out of LSU, another outstanding cornerback, defensive back in this draft. As Stingley got a lot of pub, which rightfully deserved for LSU, but Kristian Fulton wasn't. Kristian Fulton was very good. As a guy who watched LSU a lot, um, he just last 2 years, Kristian Fulton's very very good. He should be a good should have a good career in the NFL. Our next on the list is the Jacksonville Jaguars, as they're picking second here in the first round. They have them taking defense again. Trevon Diggs, cornerback out of Alabama. I think Jacksonville needs to focus on defense and get a very talented cornerback for your defensive backfield. Trevon Diggs going to Jacksonville. Next on the list is the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles on the clock at number 21, and I had them taking Justin Jefferson, receiver out of LSU. This guy was very good for LSU, especially last year. But he was good. He was good in 2018. If you watch his highlights in 2018, Jefferson, you can tell Jefferson had a lot of talent, and he just like the whole team, like the whole LSU football team in 2019, they just exploded, and Jefferson really made a name for himself, and I think he'll have a good career in the NFL. Next list is the Minnesota Vikings, picking number 22 on the list. Of course, the Vikings lost Diggs in the offseason. I think it'd be smart for them to replace him, as I had them taking Denzel Mims, receiver out of Baylor, another guy that's very very talented. I know some people say that no Baylor, he was good. He was only good because they play in the Big 12. Big 12 has no defense, but this guy has a lot of talent. As so, all right. So number 23 on the list is the New England Patriots. New England Patriots on the clock. As the Patriots are a team that's probably in rebuild mode. I mean, they just lost a lot of time, especially on defense. They lost a lot on defense. In the offseason, of course, lost Tom Brady. Looks like Jarrett Stidham will be the quarterback next year for him. But who knows if he's the answer quarterback. So this pick might shock people. But I do have the Patriots taking Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. A lot of people think this guy has a lot of talent, which he does. He had a good sophomore season. Last year, he kind of slipped a little bit. But, I mean, he really doesn't mean the talent that he's going to get at Utah State's not going to be, not going to be five-star talent. I think Jordan Love does have talent. Interesting to see with the right system, can he flourish and to be a good quarterback. I do have the Patriots taking him at 23. 24 on the list is the New Orleans Saints, my football team, as I had them taking Kenneth Murray, linebacker out of Oklahoma. As Kenneth Murray, outstanding linebacker from Oklahoma, as have the Saints taking linebacker. I think the Saints do need linebacker help. Look, Anzalone can't stay healthy. Kiko Alonso's a band-aid. Only guy we have is Demario Davis. That you can count on. So I think the Saints do need to go linebacker. So Kenneth Murray to the Saints. Number 25 is the Vikings. As they picked receiver at 22. At 25, I had them taking Jeff Gladney, cornerback out of TCU. Jeff Gladney is a guy that's late first round, early second round. As I think Jeff Gladney, another guy that's talented. I have the Vikings taking him at number 25. All right, number 26 on the list is the Miami Dolphins, picking for the third time here in the first round. As I had them taking Xavier McKinney, safety out of Alabama, as they picked offense their first two picks. So let's go defense to the Dolphins. Number 27 is the Seattle Seahawks, as I had them taking Yetur Gross-Matos, edge rusher from Penn State, another guy that's very, very good. Keep watching the Penn State games, watch his tape. This guy, I think this guy has the potential to be a very good player in the NFL, and I have him going to the Seahawks. 28 is the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens had a great year last year, lost in the playoffs. In the divisional round, I had them taking Patrick Queen, linebacker out of LSU. Patrick Queen had a great the last half of the season. He really stepped up. I had a great game against Alabama, had a great game against Clemson, as he really turned it on late in the latter half of the season and made a name for himself to come out as a junior, and he should be a first round pick for somebody in the draft. All right, next on the list is the Tennessee Titans. Titans, of course, signed a quarterback to the big contract, Tannehill, $29 million a year. Did they overpay for him? I think so, but I have the Titans taking Javon Kinlaw, defensive lineman out of South Carolina, another guy that's very, very talented, a lot of potential for Kinlaw. Played with South Carolina. South Carolina really wasn't a good football team, but this guy has a lot of talent, and he should be a very good prospect for somebody. Right, number list on the list is the Green Bay Packers, number 30. I had them taking Brandon Ayuk, receiver out of Arizona State. I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen him play because he plays over there in the West Coast. Their games come on late. Plays for Arizona State, doesn't play for really, doesn't play for a big school out there out in the West Coast. But this guy has a lot of talent. I think it's a good pick for the Packers, as Aaron Rodgers is getting up there in age. And all right, so Brandon Ayuk. All right, number 31 is the Niners. Niners picking again here, as I had them taking A.J. Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. Lost Buckner in the offseason. Got to replace the talent that you lost. And A.J. Terrell, young talent, University of Clemson, good player. I have him going 31 to the Niners. Number 2 on the list is the world champion KC Chiefs, as I had them taking Noah Igbenogany, cornerback out of Auburn. This guy, another guy that he return kicks, return a kick for a touchdown in the bowl game, I believe, against Minnesota. So Noah Igbenogany, a lot of talent, and I think he has potential of being a great player in the NFL. So there it is, guys. There's y'all 32 picks in the first round. I'll put a list in the description. That way you don't have to watch the whole video. But anyway, like I said, I'll be live here for the draft on Thursday on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell, click all notifications. Otherwise, you won't get notified. And then give the video a thumbs up on your way out. Have a great one.